Hi folks, Nick Wheeler here again. This video is an update on where we're at with the Joe Paranee project. If you've been following along at all, you know that we have 12 Bowie knives forged out, and at this point they're what I call rough forged. So you're probably thinking, okay, well the next step is to go to grinding, right? Well, if you were a better bladesmith than I am, then that would probably be the case. I throw an extra step in there at this point, and I think of it as a refining stage, essentially finish forging. The blades right now, they're pretty darn close to where they need to be. This is one of them. Here's my template. Hopefully from that distance they look pretty darn close to each other. The overall profile is all been roughed in. The thickness is right, the distal taper has been started, the edge bevel has been forged in pretty darn close, so it's like 85 thousandths thick at the edge now. The clip bevel, I forged that in a little bit. Sometimes I go crazy and forge it really close, but not usually, because it's really easy to screw up the blade by doing that. And it's typically that bevel is typically a product of finish grinding in my shop for me. And then I always leave the ricasso and the tang oversized, just because it makes it much easier for me to come back and dial everything in and make sure that all this is exactly right. You know, that I haven't went too far and hammered down too much on the shoulders, that kind of stuff. So it's definitely on the right track. It's close to what it's supposed to be. But if we take the pattern and we lay it directly on top of it, now that it's cool and I can handle it with my bare hands and really look at it close, there's a few little things that need to be tweaked. Nothing major. It's all minor stuff, but details everything, right? It's pretty imperative for me that the forging be dialed in as close as I can get it, so that the grinding and everything that follows suit will result in the blade being what it is supposed to be. And so at this point we're going to go ahead and do this refining stage, this finish forge. So here's one of the blades. Here's the template. Now keep in mind, the template, the tang is definitely undersized than what the actual knife will be. That's because it's really important to get these guard shoulders set at the right position, and so on the template I cut that tang much narrower than it will be on the actual knife. So it's kind of hard to do, reach around the tripod here, but if we lay this down here, hopefully you can see that we're pretty darn close. If I can get it positioned, there we go. It's a little bit of extra on the spine. There's just barely everything we need to get the clip put in place. We've got a fine line extra here, a little bit extra out on the tip. The one place this one needs a little more is right here. The dropped edge on the forged blade, this needs to be pulled down just a little bit more so that we'll get this same shape that we have on the template and that was on the prototype. So I need to heat it up and pull this down a little bit more. Can I help you?